My name's Ben. I'm 34 years old, believe it or not, and I am one of the owners in a business called The Cloak Room, and we do made-to-measure suits. So I guess the challenges I was facing before I started the program was I was finding it hard to, commit to times in the gym. So unless I had like a personal training session or something like that, I wasn't really going because I didn't have the accountability. So the Train Like a Boxer structure just made it really easy for me to, there was some accountability, and kind of Jeff said if I'm not there then I don't get to do the fight at the end, so I had to go, kind of thing, which was a big change for me.
Awesome. Did you have any hesitations about the program before starting?
I had a few hesitations. I'm not sure if anyone watching this has been punched by Mark before, but that was probably the biggest one, is just getting into a ring. I've never done that before. I hadn't really done any sparring, so I was just worried about the actual kind of combat of it. I think over the course of 12 weeks, you get a lot of skills that kind of allow you to, defend a little bit better. So I guess those fears were alleviated towards the end of the 12 weeks.
Yeah, awesome. And what made you ultimately decide to do the program anyway?
So I decided to do the 12-week Train Like a Boxer course because Mark really gave me no choice. He just said, you've got to do it, and it's going to be perfect for you, and just pay your money, sign up, and you're going to get a lot out of it.
Yeah. What made it perfect for you? Why did he say it'd be perfect?
Because he knows I'm lazy inherently, and he knows that I think I've been training with him for long enough that he kind of knew how I operate, and he knew that little bit of extra structure that this could provide would work really well for me. So before I started the 12-week program, Jeff had kind of said that you should definitely at least come to 2 classes per week, was kind of the allotment. And then for me, the first kind of 4 or 5 weeks, I was going to 2 classes. But what changed throughout was I started to probably increase fitness a little bit and increase how much I was enjoying going, and seeing my skills improved. So I ended up going to 3 classes and then 4 classes a week. So my kind of volume of training increased a lot. And as it got closer to the kind of event, it was almost like a sense of urgency to train as much as I possibly could to get the most out of the end of the event. So I guess those habits of training really increased and saw a great improvement for me.
Yeah, lovely. What did you love most over the 12 weeks?
I think at about week 8, all the ice was broken with kind of everyone that was doing the program. You start to know everybody by name, and you start to develop little tiny friendly rivalries within the group. You kind of see someone who might be your skill level or your age or whatever it might be, and as the intensity of the training increased, so could you testing yourself a bit against other people as well. So that just made it really fun towards the end. Yeah. So I guess at the end of the 12-week program, in terms of results, I was really pleased. I did the in-body scan, and we did obviously at the start as well. So my result basically was that what I was really happy with was that my muscle mass stayed the same. So I hadn't picked up a weight over the 12 weeks of that boxing program. So my muscle mass stayed exactly the same, which I guess meant probably my diet, my protein intake had been enough to keep the muscle, but I'd lost exactly 3 kilos of body fat. So in terms of the results in the in-body scan, it was on every marker there was really healthy decreases, without being a crazy drop in weight or a drop in muscle from that. So it was not I'm not sure if the picture at start to finish would be drastically different, but it was just kind of really good healthy weight loss. In terms of my boxing ability, I think I had lots of really bad habits at the start of it. Mark would always tease me for lifting my back leg. He said I looked like a ballet dancer or something like that. So that got kind of ironed out through the 12-week progress. And I think the feedback from my family who attended the sparring session the last night was that you know, they were like, oh, I never knew you were kind of that aggressive, or you kind of had that much confidence in the ring. So I think, yeah, just from people who hadn't seen me in that capacity before were impressed. So that was, I guess, my boxing had improved outside as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So good. And lastly, what effects have these results had on you personally and or professionally?
Okay, so I guess the results and the effects of the 12-week program is quite annoying for the industry that I'm in, because I'm known for how my suits fit me, and I've had to spend a little bit of money with my alterations team to make some adjustments to my jackets and things like that, because obviously they were a little bit bigger before the start of the program. So I guess it is a positive in the end. But yeah, I've had to bring a few of my trousers in at the waist. In terms of confidence, I think probably the same, but I guess with a newfound direction in terms of how I want my training to go from here. So you know, having the confidence to maybe join the sparring club in the gym, or to continue with sparring with Mark and maybe even one of the other Fit Club members in the future. It would have been too big a mountain to climb if I had thought about that at the start. But after 12 weeks, you kind of have the confidence to take those steps. So yeah, I guess really good results in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Lovely. Do you have any other questions? Cool. Anything you'd like to
Cool.
add?
No, I don't think so. I think the only thing I would say is that about halfway through, I said to Annie that I would very happily just start the process again straight away as soon as it finished. So for anyone who's thinking about doing it or isn't sure if it's for them, yeah, just strongly suggest trying it out, because it was a great program the whole way through.